All right, so get this. We're going to deep dive into this wild theory about Kanye West at the 2009 VMAs,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not about him dissing Taylor Swift.
Right.
It's about him trying to protect her.
Okay.
So buckle up. We're going to unpack how this TikTok theory is really making the rounds online and what it might actually say about the music industry fandom and the narratives we build around all these celebrities.
Yeah, this is fascinating. I think it's a really interesting look at how the internet loves to rewrite history, especially with someone like Kanye West.
Exactly. And, for those who maybe need like a little refresher, 2009 VMAs, Taylor Swift wins Best Female Video.
Big deal.
Huge deal, young artist.
Huge moment.
And then Kanye jumps on stage.
Which, in the context of 2009 was huge EE.
Huge.
Think about it, the rise of social media. This wasn't just about music anymore. Yep. This instantly became about respect, gender, race. It was the collision of celebrity and social commentary all happening, in real time.
In real time, yeah. And I feel like it really did set the stage for how we even react to these types of events now.
Absolutely.
And it fueled years of Kanye versus Taylor, fan wars, everything.
Oh, yeah.
But this new theory flips that whole script.
Completely. It really suggests that Outburst was a calculated move to protect Taylor Swift from something much more sinister lurking in the music industry.
Okay, so let's unpack that, because this is where it gets really, really interesting and a little dark.
Yeah, a little bit. So at the heart of it, this theory hinges on the idea that Kanye was actually trying to distance Taylor from Beyonce and by association P. Diddy.
Okay, hold on. Beyonce and P. Diddy, fill me in here.
Right. So this actually goes back to Diddy's recent arrest on charges of sex trafficking.
Right.
And, I do want to be very clear that these are allegations. He hasn't been convicted of any crime.
Right.
However, the theory suggests that Kanye, knowing about Diddy's alleged behavior and his close ties to Beyonce at the time, saw Taylor as a potential target.
So Kanye, being Kanye, couldn't just pull Taylor aside and be like, hey, watch out for this guy. He had to create this whole public spectacle at an award show.
That's basically it. Yeah. Proponents of the theory argue that by creating this very, very public rift between Taylor and Beyonce, he effectively cut off any connection to Diddy, thus keeping her safe.
Okay, so that's the reasoning, I guess. But what evidence are people pointing to?
Yeah, so it's less about hard evidence and more about connecting these seemingly, random dots. Like some people are pointing to Kanye's history of making these cryptic comments about the Illuminati in the music industry,
Right.
hinting at this dark underbelly that maybe only he's privy to.
So they're saying he knows something we don't. And this was his way of kind of sending a coded message.
Exactly. And then you have the fact that after that explosive VMAs moment, Taylor and Beyonce have maintained this seemingly very cordial, even friendly relationship over the years.
Right.
And some people see that as proof that there was never any real animosity, just an elaborate act.
To throw people off the scent.
Exactly.
Wow, okay, so we're saying the Kanye-Taylor feud was fake, basically an illusion?
Potentially, yeah.
Just to protect her from something darker.
Yeah.
What about that wax figure that was mentioned in one of the articles?
Yeah. That's where things get even more murky, unfortunately. The article doesn't give specifics, so we're left wondering, is this significant or is it just a random detail?
Right.
But the implication, of course, is that even seemingly unrelated celebrity news could be part of a bigger cover-up.
Wow, this is getting very elaborate. So is the internet buying any of this? I mean, this whole wax figure thing is really just, it highlights how these online theories can really spiral.
Yeah.
And speaking of spiraling, how is the internet reacting to this whole Kanye as protector theory?
Well, it's been fascinating to watch play out, honestly. You have some Swifties who are all in on this. They're praising Kanye like he's some kind of secret guardian angel.
Oh.
And even going so far as to question, their whole perception of Beyonce.
So the Kanye-Taylor narrative gets flipped on its head, and now suddenly some fans are like, wait a minute, what's Beyonce's role in all of this?
Exactly. It's really interesting to see how fandom kind of operates in this age of social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then on the flip side, you have just as many people who are calling the theory completely crazy,
Right.
pointing to, every time Kanye has seemingly targeted Taylor since 2009,
Right.
the diss tracks, the, controversial lyrics and saying, look, this whole protector thing just doesn't really add up.
Which, yeah, I mean, let's be real, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
If he was trying to protect her back, then he hasn't exactly made it easy to believe it now.
It really just kind of underscores that danger of reducing complex individuals like these into these one-dimensional characters. Are they the hero or the villain? These are real people with complicated histories and motivations.
Yeah, it's a good reminder that things are very rarely black and white.
For sure.
But I mean, even if we take this whole theory with a massive grain of salt, I think it reveals some interesting things about, fandom and online culture. Like, why do we gravitate towards these types of narratives in the first place, especially when it comes to celebrities?
It's the age-old fascination with what goes on behind the curtain, right?
Right, yeah.
This idea that fame and fortune come at this dark price, that there are these unseen forces pulling the strings.
Yeah.
Conspiracy really thrives in those shadows.
Yeah.
And the music industry has always had that kind of mystique around it.
100%. And, we as humans, we love a good mystery.
We do.
And it's even more compelling when it kind of confirms these existing beliefs we might already have. Like if you're already prone to distrusting the music industry, or maybe you already view someone like Beyonce with a little bit of suspicion, this theory fits right into that.
Totally. It plays into this larger trend, I think, of fans kind of rewriting history to fit their current perception of a celebrity. Like,
Right.
when someone gets canceled and suddenly their entire past is reinterpreted through that lens,
Right.
we seek out narratives that align with our worldview, even if those narratives require, some serious leaps in logic.
It's like we're all searching for those aha moments, those hidden connections that make us feel like we've figured it all out.
Yeah.
And social media, particularly a platform like TikTok, I think provides that perfect breeding ground
Yeah.
for these kinds of theories to really take root and spread like wildfire.
Absolutely. The algorithm thrives on engagement.
Right.
And a juicy, controversial theory is pretty much guaranteed to get people talking, sharing, debating.
Right.
And those lines between fact and fiction, they become increasingly blurred.
They really do.
Which is why I think media literacy is just so much more crucial now than ever before.
Absolutely. We can't accept everything we see online as gospel,
Right.
no matter how compelling it might seem or how many people are reposting it.
Exactly.
So I think, whether you believe Kanye West is this misunderstood protector or just a master of chaos, this 2009 VMAs theory, it really forces us to take a hard look at how we consume information
Yeah,
and the stories we tell ourselves and each other.
for sure.
So it's a good reminder, I think, to question everything, think critically.
Absolutely.
And remember, sometimes the most outlandish explanation is exactly that.
100%.
It's outlandish. So until next time, keep diving deep